Hey, apa kabar? Ketemu lagi dengan saya Naratama di VOA Creative Talk. Kita akan seperti biasa akan bicara ngobrol-ngobrol tentang dunia kreatif di balik layar. Dan salah satu yang menarik adalah film. Biasanya film-film Indonesia atau filmmaker Indonesia itu datang ke luar negeri, datang ke kota New York, kemudian mereka memproduksi film mereka, kemudian ditayangkan, dibawa ke Indonesia. Tamu saya kali ini lain, karena dia adalah filmmaker Amerika, New Yorker, tapi berdarah Indonesia. Dan dia sudah memproduksi short film, dan filmnya ini sudah mengikuti berbagai macam festival, mulai dari festival di Woodstock, juga ke Hawaii, dan juga di Los Angeles. Dan bagaimana cerita tamu kita kali ini, kita lihat dulu. Oke, itu dia filmmaker kita kali ini, Nick Hartanto. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So you took subway coming here?
Yeah. I live in Brooklyn, in Sunset Park, and my wife and I feel like we fit in there perfectly because Sunset Park has a Chinatown, so it's half Asian, and then the other half is Latin American, and my wife's Nicaraguan, so we feel like it's the perfect place for us. Your wife is Nicaraguan? Yeah.
So it's like a mix. The food is everywhere? It's like easy for you to get food, right?
Yes, we're there for the food.
So Chinese and Nicaraguan. So how did you start with this Daily City? Daily City. I've seen your movie, man. I mean, it's like a short. The first time, my first impressions, I was like, it is like a. You know, I follow from beginning, and this is about chicken. Can you tell me a little bit about your movie, though?
Yes. So I was born in Surabaya, and I came over here when I was young, and my family moved to Daly City, which is a town that is bordering San Francisco. And so a lot of my work as a filmmaker has always been based on my personal experiences. And so this story is based on something that actually happened, which is that shortly after moving here from Indonesia, my mother got invited to a church potluck.
Hold on. How old were you?
I was probably like around 10.
Around 10.
Yeah.
So basically this is like based on the true story.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
And so I don't know if everybody knows what a potluck is, but a potluck is when someone has a party and then they invite all the guests to bring something that they cook themselves. And so my mother was, she was really busy. We just moved to this country. She was working her butt off, and she didn't have time to cook. So she went to a Chinese restaurant and just bought this, like Cantonese style chicken, that hangs in the window. And
roasted chicken, right?
Yeah, roasted chicken. And she told me as a little boy, we're going to pretend that I cooked this. And when we get to the church, it's a predominantly white congregation. And when they saw the dish, they all thought, oh my, this must be a traditional Indonesian dish. And my mother let them believe that. And they were so impressed that by the end of the night, the pastor of the church invited her onto the stage and surprised her with an award for the best dish in the potluck. And so
you were surprised, right?
Yeah, as a child, I was very confused, But this is a story that my family loves to tell. We find it hilarious. But as I grew older, as I became a storyteller, and I thought about the story more, I realized that it had a lot more depth to it than I had realized. To me, it explores themes that I love to explore in my work. Themes of exoticism, themes of the model minority myth. And I really wanted to kind of capture this feeling that new immigrants have in this country of wanting to survive, wanting to succeed, wanting to adapt, to assimilate, and kind of the cost of that.
But that's part of the life, though. I mean, being an immigrant, you have to adapt, you have to adjust yourself with the society, which maybe like you or maybe do not like you, especially if you're coming from Indonesia. As Indonesians, 10 years old, right? This is your best experience. How do you learn from that? And now you're filmmaking, and then you're making a film about your story. How do you learn, and what is your goal, basically?
I would say I'll take you back to when I was very young. Every day after school, I would draw a comic book. I had a lot of time to myself after school because my parents worked long hours, so I was home alone with my sister, and I would just draw so many comic books. Like by the time I was a teenager, I probably killed a whole rainforest. But it was only when I was an adult that I realized that this whole universe that I created of superheroes and supervillains, they were all white. And I realized that everything that I was watching on television as a child in the 90s, was modeling that to me. And that I could not even see myself as the hero of my own stories.
Because you're not white.
Exactly. And so that has been an inspiration for me in my work. I want to tell stories like Daly City, stories that represent my culture as an Indonesian American. And it took us over 4 months to find our cast.
4 months to find the cast. What's the most difficult part? It's like to find the Indonesian cast, or like?
In Indonesian, to this day, I only know probably around 5 working Indonesian actors in the country.
All over US?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so for us, I reached out to Tribeca, and they recommended a casting director, a Filipino casting director named Christian Bustamante in LA, who has a lot of experience finding Southeast Asian talent. And we searched for over 4 months, looking at mainly non-actors. So we were auditioning people all over the country, and it was a very special experience, auditioning Indonesian immigrants from all walks of life. Like a pastor, a mechanic, a student, all these
with different
people.
backgrounds, with different ethnic backgrounds and different speaking. It's like more like ethnic speakings like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a special experience for me and for all the people who auditioned. I think because, like I was saying earlier, this was an opportunity to allow them to be in a leading role in a movie, which is very rare. It was also very pleasurable to just hear our language being spoken and our culture being expressed with this, which is something that's also very rare. I even was a cinematographer for an Adult Swim TV show called Hot Package, and I've shot many features and many short films for other people. But I think deep down, as I shot all those films for other people, I realized that I had my own voice and that I really wanted to tell the story that came from me.
Cuci tangannya. Ma, I'm hungry. Sudah makan?
Aku yuk luwe.
Daly City menurut aku filmnya menarik banget karena isinya tentang isu imigran Indonesia ke Amerika yang jarang dieksplor, dan banyak dari elemen film itu yang menarik. Sinematografinya bagus, dialognya bagus, dan bahkan cerita yang menunjukkan keseharian orang Indonesia yang tinggal di Amerika dengan bule-bule yang nggak tahu apa namanya makanan Indonesia. Itu sangat menarik untuk dikaji dan sangat cocok dengan kehidupanku sebagai orang Indonesia di Amerika.
Why short film? Because short film is like a very unique. You have a limited duration, right? Only like maybe like 15 minutes or like 7 minutes, and you have so many things you want to say in 20 minutes. Sometimes make it like a short film is more difficult than feature film because you have to make it short. and you have there's so many things. The question is, why is short?
For me, as a filmmaker, I'm working my way towards making a feature. So my dream is to make a feature-length film.
Okay.
But with a short film, I'm able to make something that's very high quality. So my film community, I bring them together, using the best cameras, the most talented colleagues of mine, to make something really high quality, as opposed to making a feature film which maybe might be really, really under budget. And so to me, I am learning as a filmmaker, how to tell stories, how to do them at a very high level, all working my way up towards getting into festivals, winning awards, getting recognition, meeting people, so that I can eventually fund a feature.
Do you mind, you're gonna tell me how much the cost for your film?
This one was very expensive for me. So my previous film that I co-directed was 14,000.
14,000.
Yeah, and then this one was 50.
50,000.
Yeah.
50,000. 50,000 to make it short. So, but you use all the professional camera, right? What kind of camera you use?
We used the Alexa 35.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and the post productions?
I had an editor from Thailand here, based in New York, and she uses Avid. Yeah.
I use Avid. Okay.
Yeah.
Because people usually making short with Adobe Premiere, just to make it more cheaper. But Avid is very high quality, though.
She's very experienced. She's edited a feature that was in Sundance. She had a feature that just won in Venice.
Wow.
And she works on the show Pachinko.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, though. I mean, you came here you arrived in San Francisco, and how many years in San Francisco, and how do you end here in New York?
Yeah. So after we moved here from Surabaya, I grew up in Daly City, but I went to school in Daly City. I was a very artistic child. I was very musical.
Music.
I played the trumpet for most of my life.
What kind of genre?
At that age, everything. So orchestra, concert band, jazz band.
Any trumpet.
Yeah, right? Anything. I love jazz, though.
Cool.
That's part of the reason why I love being in New York. Is this is where you should be for jazz.
It's a jazz city.
Yeah. So I mainly was in public school, and because I played the trumpet, I got a scholarship to go to a private high school. And they part of the reason why they accepted me, they needed a trumpet player to eventually take over in their orchestra.
All right.
And so at that age, I was into animation. I was into drawing comic books. I love cooking, and I played music. And one year, one of my teachers had a short film competition.
Okay.
And she asked everybody in our class to group up and make a short film. And when I made that film with my friends, I felt like I knew how to do this. It felt very easy.
You have a soul already, right?
Yeah. I knew how to move the camera, how to edit, how to pair it with music. And I think that was all kind of fed because of all my artistic hobbies already. They kind of all came together. And that inspired me to go to film school. And so I went to Boston to Emerson College.
Oh, Emerson College. So, but film is like your choice, right? You want to be like a filmmaker. You want to be a filmmaker. So, what is your specialty? Is it like producing or directing or camera? Because I've seen your work. You're also a good cameraman.
I think when I was in film school, I had a mentor who took me under his wing and had me become his cinematographer. And so I would shoot some of his films, which was a big honor for me. And so I pursued that career, and I was shooting on film at that point. And so most of my 20s, I was working as a cinematographer. I even was a cinematographer for an Adult Swim TV show called Hot Package. And I've shot many features and many short films for other people. But I think deep down, as I shot all those films for other people, I realized that I had my own voice and that I really wanted to tell a story that came from me.
And your own voice basically is like you try to explore your identity right now, right?
Absolutely. And I actually think my voice that I'm starting to find more and more is that I love to tell stories about food.
Food, okay.
Yeah, one of my most successful films to date is a film called The Dishwasher that I co-directed. My mentor told me that a film is only made with a community. And so my advice would be to find your community.
Find your community.
Yeah, find the people that inspire you, people that you get along with, people that you look up to, and work together and support each other. So find your people.
Find your people.
And they will support you. If you find your community, they will be there to support you from the beginning stages. One of my most successful films to date is a film called The Dishwasher that I co-directed.
I've seen it.
And that film, it won.
That film won, right?
That won an award at Tribeca. It won a special jury mention at Tribeca.
What was your date?
2019.
2019, okay.
And then it was bought by HBO Max.
Okay.
And that film, just like Daly City, was based on real things that happened to me. I was working as a line cook in restaurants in New York, and my chef, who actually is from New Zealand and was on Top Chef.
Wow.
One night he asked, he wanted to have a taco on the menu as a last-minute addition.
Okay.
And he asked our Mexican dishwasher to go bike to the nearby Latino American, neighborhood and find tortillas for him. And that dishwasher, Nicolas, disappeared for like 3 hours. And he wouldn't answer his phone, and everybody's worried, and the whole kitchen was like imploding. There was no one washing the dishes. The cook stopped cooking, and we're washing the dishes. And finally, he arrived with the most beautiful tortillas, and the chef forgave him. And many years later, I moved to that neighborhood with my wife.
Oh, okay.
And because I'm a big foodie, I'm looking for the tortillas.
Okay.
And I ask
you experience yourself, right?
Exactly. And I ask everybody in the neighborhood, where can I find these homemade, beautiful tortillas? And everybody said, no one makes them. We're a working class neighborhood. No one has time to grind corn and make artisanal tortillas by hand. We just buy it at the store in a plastic bag.
Yeah, we don't have time. We don't have time.
And it's fine. It tastes good. And so to me, that was fascinating. That idea that this white chef asked this Mexican dishwasher to find tortillas that do not exist.
How do you feel as an Indonesian creative person here in New York? It's like, because there are not too many Indonesians can, be part of this creative industry, especially here in New York. I met a lot of Indonesians, but they're not too many. It's maybe 10, 15,
Absolutely. Yeah, when I meet another Indonesian in the film industry, it's like spotting a unicorn. I feel like we are so rare.
Oh my God, this is finally, right?
Yeah. How I feel about it is that, when I see my parents' generation, I see that they came here to survive, to succeed, to raise a family.
For the future, right?
Yeah, and they sacrificed, so that I have the privilege, to be an artist. And I think that I take that privilege very seriously. And so I think that empowers me. And that makes me, as I grow older, want to be closer and closer in touch to my culture, and to express my Indonesian American voice through my filmmaking.
Is the Indonesian side, the Indonesians' perspective, the Indonesians' cultures, the Indonesian norms, it's like is it influence your identity, your creativity, or not?
I think that maybe the humor.
The the humor.
I think
Your name is Hartanto, right? You're
Yeah.
from Java, right?
Yeah.
From Java. From
Yeah.
which Java island? It's like which part of Java? Java? Is Java?
Oh, East.
East.
Yeah.
Okay, East Java, Surabaya. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's Rimulat. They always make jokes, man. They always make a humor. So you feel that? The humor
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. I feel like I have adopted my parents' sense of humor, and that when I look for a conflict in a story, it could be about a chicken.
It's only about the chicken, and you can make a lot of
Exactly.
humor. Do you have Indonesian influence in your arts right now?
I made a kind of pseudo horror movie called Atrophy.
Oh, really?
Right before Daly City. And that film actually features Indonesian music. And
it's traditional music or like?
more like folk.
Oh, folk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a song that my father plays all the time on his karaoke machine, and he loves to sing it.
More.
Yeah, and so the movie is kind of about this karaoke machine that's playing this music, and it's kind of magical, and it represents kind of nostalgia and him.
Old Indonesian songs, right?
Yeah, and him dreaming about being home.
Wow, that's very dramatic. You know, it's like, but I think as you as sort of, if people ask you, what is creativity? You know, because basically people who watch these programs or people who listen to this podcast, they are like young or maybe like they want to be like they want to hear something that inspire them, you know, to work in the creative industry, because not too many people want to work have a confidence to work in the creative industry, right? What is your tips, basically?
My mentor told me that a film is only made with a community. And so my advice would be to find your community.
Find your community.
Yeah, find the people that inspire you, people that you get along with, people that you look up to, and work together and support each other. So find your people.
Find your people.
If you find your community, they will be there to support you from the beginning stages of writing your script to production, to even funding and to distribution. So your community ends up supporting the entire ecosystem of filmmaking.
What is your next project then?
I'm in the middle of festival run for Daly City. So right now it's all about traveling the world. And right now we just found out that we got into Jogja Asian Film Festival.
Okay, Jogja, teman-teman di Jogja. You're coming to Jogja, right? Hopefully.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Hopefully, I'll be there in Jogja in the first week of December. And to me, my dream is to make a feature.
All right, thank you so much, Nick.
Thank you.
Oke, itu dia tadi teman-teman obrolan kita dengan Nick Hartanto. Dia adalah filmmaker yang sangat inspiring sekali, dan mudah-mudahan apa yang disampaikan Nick, jangan lupa untuk selalu bergabung di komunitas, terutama komunitas film buat teman-teman yang mau berkembangkan bakat atau mempunyai profesi di bidang industri film. Bergaullah dan berkumpullah, ikutlah dalam komunitas film. Itu pesan yang paling penting dapat dari Nick ini. Terima kasih semua, sampai ketemu lagi di VOA Creative Talk episode mendatang, dan salam kreatif. Stay creative.